Welcome back. You're listening to Houston Real Estate Radio. I'm your host, Shanna Register, and every week we bring you news and information you can use on your next real estate transaction. Today we're recording from the Texas Home and Garden Show down at NRG Center, so it is a little bit loud. That's what you hear in the background. But we're on location recording, have a lot of fun talking with consumers out here. But this segment, I'm talking with Keith Hebert. He's a broker over at Register Real Estate Advisors, and we're talking specifically this morning on to renters, people who want to get apartments or rental houses, because there's a lot of information and there's a lot of misinformation. So we're clarifying some of that for you this morning, because a lot of people who are moving to town need to rent just to figure out what part of Houston they want to live in. And then there are some people who've been renting forever who might be a good candidate to purchase. So welcome to the show, Keith.
Thank you.
You've been on before.
I have been on. This is a great show here, too.
It is great.
A great environment for the show.
And for every time, I love it because we can talk with the consumers and answer real estate questions. I love that. But I love that every time you come on the show, you wind up getting a lot of people calling you, and then you wind up helping them with their real estate problems and working through them. So.
Yeah, it's awesome. This one here I really is endearing to me, because a lot of people in the rental market, they think they can't get out of the rental market. They can't buy a home. And, they may have been in there 10, 12 years. I've heard people be in homes, renting a home. Well, you already paid for that home once over.
Yeah.
For more than pretty dang close to it.
Yeah.
So, and then, people moving to town, they're just getting here. They do probably should rent for a little bit if they're not sure where they want to live.
I have a story for you, Keith.
Okay.
When I first got into real estate, I've been in real estate maybe, 5-6 months, and had a couple walk in on a Saturday when I was working property, and they had been renting for 16 years.
Wow.
They had 2 adult children in an apartment with them, and the apartment was a really bad environment. A lot of parties going on around them. They didn't like the environment, so they wanted to move. And they just were out for a Sunday stroll, stopped in, and wanted to see if they could get qualified. They said that they had been to open houses before, and people laughed at them.
Wow.
And they just wanted to see what I could do for them. And I got a lender on the phone, and I got them qualified. And we all cried in the conference room together, because it was it was a huge moment for them and for their family. They never thought they could qualify for a loan.
I think some people don't believe they really can they deserve a home. They deserve to do it, or they just can't. They can't figure out how to get to that next step, and it's just so simple. And call a lender.
I think he had been like a janitor for 20 years, and she worked in like a school cafeteria, and so they felt like their combined income wasn't very high, and so they had always been told they didn't make enough money. Well, they made enough money to buy a nice house.
Yeah.
And they had good credit. They could buy a nice house, but no one had taken the time to walk them through the process and get them with a lender who could really dive into their finances and their issues and help them and make sure they were able to buy. It was just easier to go from a rent to a rent to a rent, because that's what they were comfortable with.
Right. If you've been paying rent for a long time, more than likely you can buy.
Yeah. And more than likely you paid for somebody else's house.
Yeah,
already.
Exactly. And you just got to talk to the right people.
Yeah. You got to have somebody who cares, because she literally told me they'd been into open houses before and the realtors laughed at them, and that just broke my heart to hear that. Broke my heart.
And just it doesn't take a lot of money. It just takes having great credit.
Yeah.
And there's some awesome deals out there, like USDA.
Yeah.
0 down. If you don't have money to put down, you can get a USDA home right outside of Houston city limit.
0 down.
No money down.
And that's a great thing, because a lot of people look at veterans and go, well, they can get a 0 down, but there's no way for me to get 0 down. Yes, there is. There's USDA loans out there. So.
And that's not me, Pat. It's the government agricultural program, but they do loans.
Yes, absolutely. So a lot of exciting things. Okay, let's talk about these rentals. So sometimes people moving into the area, it's good for them to rent.
Yes. I mean, Houston is, when you look at from one side of Houston to the other, it's an hour and a half, 2-hour drive at times.
2-hour drive anywhere these days.
So you really have to know where you going to work, where do you like to live, what type of amenities do you like. If you're south of I-10, you're going to get hit with a little bit of weather every now and then. You may not tolerate that. You might want to be north of I-10, up in the Woodlands or Spring, versus down by League City.
Each area of Houston has a different feel.
Yes.
So you really need to rent and explore all these different areas and figure out where you fit in. What school district is best for your children? What area do you like to entertain in? And where do you like to shop?
You got to look like Houston like a big pie. It's just a giant pie. You go find your nice slice of pie that you like, and you stay in that area.
All right. So when someone wants to rent, what do they need to have up front?
Well, right away, the first thing you need to do is get a realtor. Because if you don't have a realtor and you're trying to rent, you're in trouble. But, you're going to need to get a realtor, and they're going to do, go through some disclosures with you, the information about broker services. You're going to need a lease application for everybody that's over 18.
Yes.
And be prepared to pay a lease fee for everybody over 18. You need a copy of your driver's license, and you need make sure that realtor is working for you, and then you get into a buyer-tenant agreement with them.
So once you put in the application on a home, how long does it take to find out if you get it?
It really just depends on every. This is what most people don't understand. Every time you apply, it's a different landlord usually. So it just depends on that landlord. But usually within a couple of days, because that home's on the market, they want to get it back, in a rented situation. So they're going to need some things from you, and you need to have all that package all ready to go when you're ready to put down. Because if you wait and you dibble dabble around, it's just going to drive everyone crazy. But I have a list of things that you need. Yeah.
And for people who have been renting a long time, they can call you and you can walk them through the mortgage process to see if they may qualify for a home.
Right. They're
and if there's credit issues, you can walk through the process of, get them with a lender who can walk them through that process.
If you've been renting a home, you probably can buy a home. And the thing about it is, it might be just a couple little blips. It might be that you don't have down payment money. Well, there's situations out there where you go in zero down, no closing costs, where it's covered by the seller, and you can really walk into a home almost cheaper than you can a rental.
Yeah. I think that young people need to be aware too that when they get pets, that they are limiting where they can live.
Right.
I don't think that is stressed enough. People get out of college, like, I'm going to go get a dog, or they were in college and they got a dog.
Especially certain pets.
Yeah.
Pets that are aggressive dogs, Rottweilers.
But it's going to cost you more no matter what. You're going to have a pet deposit.
You may not be able to get a rental though.
You might not be able to get it. You may not be able to get it in the place you want.
Right. Yeah. If you have an aggressive dog,
a
lot of insurance companies are looking negative towards. It's not the landlord's fault. It's their insurance.
Yeah. So I got a dog in college, and it became my parents' dog.
They loved that, didn't they?
Sorry. So be careful getting a dog.
Yeah, exactly.
Apartments do not look kindly on dogs.
Yeah. Yeah, especially the big and aggressive ones.
So you limit yourself with your animals. I know people love their animals like their children.
Oh yeah, they are.
You really have to watch out for that.
I love my German Shepherd.
And another thing is, when you have older children over 18 who are living with you, you have to be careful with them. If they've got a felony or something, you're going to have trouble.
Yeah, you're going to have some trouble. Yep.
And what if you live in a house? I always get this question. What if you live in a house, single mom, and 8 months into the lease, you want to start having somebody stay over? That can be an issue. That
can definitely be an issue. Yeah, usually your lease is limited to so many people that can stay over.
So many cars and so many people.
So many cars. Usually within 15 to 30 days, I'll let you have a guest. But beyond that, they're actually part of living there, and you better put them on the lease.
Yeah. So, and that happens. Sometimes I see people who get evicted because they didn't disclose that there was going to be somebody living there, and all of a sudden,
or a child away at college and comes back for the summer. There's a problem.
Can be a problem. And we don't do rent to own in Houston.
No. You don't want to do that
at all. That's not a thing. Don't call and ask for that. That's not a thing.
Yeah, it's usually going to get you in some trouble. And you're going to put a big down payment, and you're probably going to lose it.
Okay. Let's see. What else do we want to talk about? We talked about pets. We talked about...
Well, there's some things that you need. You need to have a good rental history. You need to have... they're going to do a criminal background check on you. A credit report, of course. You can't usually have a drug, a distribution, or violent crime conviction, or you're not going to get in there.
That's not going to fly.
An eviction. If you've had an eviction on your last rental, you're not going to get it. They're going to want to verify your income. They're going to want a verification of employment. You probably need a letter from your last landlord.
All right. We'll be back after a word from our sponsors here on Houston Real Estate Radio. You've been listening to Keith Hebert. He's a broker associate at Register Real Estate Advisors. You can reach him at 281-288-3500. 281-288-3500. We'll be right back after a word from our sponsors here on Houston Real Estate Radio.
RREA Media has an exciting new product available to companies and organizations who are teaching classes and want to offer those classes online. Introducing Easy Distance Learning. Easy Distance Learning is a video-based distance learning system that allows companies and organizations to leverage their existing classroom content into a broader reach and increased revenues. Did you know that the rate of growth of distance learning is 10 times that of classroom education? And 66% of chief academic officers think distance learning is critical to their long-term strategy. Right now, 33% of higher education students are taking at least one online class. Companies and organizations not offering a distance alternative to in-class instruction risk being left behind. Video-based distance learning has three basic components: classroom capture, post-production, and content distribution. Easy Distance Learning is a comprehensive and modular system that covers all three components that can help your organization with what you are missing in offering a quality and convenient online learning experience. You choose the parts you need help with. Easy Distance Learning offers another revenue stream, a broader reach of your existing content, and a professional presentation with a great learner experience. Contact us today for a free estimate and see how Easy Distance Learning can take your company or organization to the next level.